Hello, everybody. Danny Gurrola, Pink Barn Stamper, coming to you from my pink barn. I am so excited to be coming to you guys live here on Monday, the 30th, the last Monday of March. Can you guys believe just how crazy this month has flown by? Actually, I'm just so mind boggled that we are already at the end of March. And it is just, crazy to think that how fast these years. And I swear, as I get older, I think I notice it way more than I guess I would like to try to admit. That time just goes by so much faster. So we have had a couple of gorgeous days. Yesterday we had a day that rained. Whoop whoop. I know rain in Tucson, Arizona is kind of a rarity. Some people think I'm crazy for being so excited for rain, but my plants love it. I love it. And it is such an amazing smell. So yesterday I could smell the rain. And just for my fellow nerdy people, you probably already know, some of you out there, but myself, we actually looked up what the smell of rain is called. Did you know that there was a name for it? Drop it down in the comments if you know the name of the wet rain smell. Like when it hits the dirt, it leaves this it's kind of a hard to explain scent. It's a scent all in its own that like wet dirt. I guess that's just all you can say. Y'all know what I'm talking about though. So yes, so yesterday it smelled like that, and today, since it rained yesterday, you could really still smell that. We're supposed to get some more rain coming in, and this is almost like a sigh of relief due to what we were dealing with all last week. We actually hit record highs quite a few days in a row. It actually went over 100 degrees there for a couple of days, which just seems wild crazy to me that we could actually be in that crazy of weather this early in the year. So let's make sure. Okay, good. We do have volume going on here. Perfect. I had a little incident happen a couple weeks ago when I did a live video here on YouTube and didn't realize that until after my video was done and I went and tried to edit it. There was no sound. So, bummer. I gave a lot of instruction, I gave a lot of details, all for nothing, I guess. So I have to make sure and check. Not that I want to hear myself twice, but that's just the way technology works. You gotta check up on yourself, make sure things are going good. So today I am going to share something a little bit different. This is not a typical Make It Monday. Because there are 5 weeks in the month of March. Well, not really full 5 weeks, but we are in the fifth week of March. Um, I am going to be going live next Monday for a typical Make It Monday where I do my 3 cards, but since we had kind of an oddball Monday here, I decided to share our kits collections with you guys. So if you are a paper pumpkin lover and you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, but some months you're just like, I wish I just had a little bit more to keep me going, because sometimes you can sit down with a paper pumpkin and you can spend the day creating all of the cards or projects that are intended for it, and then a week later be like, well, I still have a month to wait for my next paper pumpkin. Well, we've got you covered there. We sell kit collections, which they vary from card making. There are home decor projects. There are some stamping, some not. So it all depends on what you want out of your crafting experience. Some people don't like stamping. We've got you covered. Our kits come with everything you need to create the projects that they share with you on our graphics there. And there's no waiting, because once you order, it will be in the mail and on its way to you. And you know actually what is coming in that. That's why I think some people are hesitant for Paper Pumpkin, because all you see is the graphic that we share with you. It's all we see as well. So we don't really get to see anything more than you do. So it's kind of like um, you're kind of taking a gamble on whether or not you're really going to like the projects. Now, myself, I have to tell you that I love all my paper pumpkins. I am a huge paper pumpkin fan. I have been subscribed since I have started demonstrating Stampin' Up products. I absolutely love them. Now, I have watched them over the years get better and better. And I have to tell you, paper pumpkins now are the best that they've ever been. I mean, just being, honest with you. So, looking at our kits, they're pretty much the same quality, just you get to see what exactly you're going to be making out of that. So, say in particular, like today, I'm going to be using a kit that is birthday specific. I love sending birthday cards out every month. That's why I have you guys go over to my private page, Pink Barn Stamper group, and that is where you can join that group. We all share inspiration over there. We ask questions. It's really kind of a fun, safe area to be. And I don't put up with anybody. If you share a project and if I see a negative comment, bye. Like we don't need that in the stamping community. Everybody is welcome to join that. There are a few little questions that you have to answer to get into that, and that's only to try to keep that as safe as possible. So, that being said, I'm going to be sharing the birthday one with you. So, if you want to see all the kits that we have, now just letting you know that I have a lot of kits in my personal stash. These are the number one thing that I sell at any of my events. I always have these available. I buy multiple at a time. So then when I go to my craft fairs or I go to my what's the one that during the Christmas time I went to last year, absolutely fell in love with. It is such a fun experience. It is called Mistletoe Market. I take my kits. That is what I mainly sell when I go and do craft fairs or, like a Christmas event or something like that. So I do have a lot of kits on hand that are no longer available in our online store. So if you are local here in the Tucson, Arizona area, and you would like to see what I have on hand, definitely drop me a comment below, or you can email me pinkbarnstamper@gmail.com and ask to see what I have on hand. So if you go over to my online store, shopdannygurrola.com, and while you're in there on the left hand side, there is a little like categories. If you go down and you hit shop, I think it's shop all products or shop all. And then if you click that, it's going to bring up a big menu of a lot of different categories that you can go into. There's actually a tab for kit collections. You can go in there and you can look at all the kit collections that we have available right now. And just a little FYI, we do have a couple of them that are in our clearance rack, aka last chance products. So you can check those out and save a buck while you're there. Now, I do want you to be aware that not all of them, which I said earlier, but just so you're aware, not all of them are stamp sets. Home decor is home decor. But we do have ones that are non-stamping. So any of the sentiments that are shown are already going to be pre-written on the pre-cut pieces that they are going to be sending in that kit. I personally like the ones with the stamp sets because then I can use those stamp sets on even further projects. That's kind of why I'm going with this one today, because I have already made a couple of birthday cards, but I really want to see what sentiments are in this kit that I can further then use with other birthday cards that I'm going to be making. So without further ado, I'm going to get you guys spun around. We are going to talk about what we have going on right now. And for those of you, when I asked you the question earlier, I am going to now tell you what the smell of the rain is outside Just in case you don't know, this is your fun fact of the day. It is called petrichor. Petrichor. Word of the day. So, if you don't know, you know now that the smell that you walk out into of the wet dirt is petrichor. So, I don't know why that word sticks in my mind so like readily. There's other things that I wish I could remember, but for some reason that wild word is just in my head and doesn't go away. I don't even have to think about it. It's just there. So there you guys go. So hold tight. Let me get you guys flipped around and we're going to get right down to this. So hold tight. Okay, so if you guys have not grabbed the product of the month yet, you still have all day tomorrow to grab the Notes of Spring, the way that our product of the month works. You may hear some people refer to it of the POM, that is product of the month. Now, the way this works is once your order hits $75 or more, they are going to throw a little banner up on the screen and you are going to see the product of the month if you want to add that to your cart. It is only $5. Now, I don't gatekeep around here. I have already shared over on my Facebook page the April product of the month, but I am going to share with you guys again here today because it is so amazing. But if you haven't gotten the Spring of Notes, this is still available. And you can add that into your cart for $5. Can you believe? I always wonder how the heck can they make a stamp set only $5? But they offer these, and we actually have the um, illusions, painted illusions paper still available as well. And I believe that was March. I mean, I think that one was February. No, maybe it was January. Product of the month. So it is a past product of the month, but it is still available. They still have some of those. Now, once a product sells out, if the product of the month is no longer available, then you just no longer can get it. It just will not be in the store. But let me share with you guys really quick. This is the April product of the month. Now, this is a full die. So it is pretty much the size of let me find a embossing folder here. Well, maybe if I can find one. So it is the size of pretty much a embossing folder. It might be a hair wider, but this is a die cut. So it is not an embossing folder. It is a full metal die, just like the rest of our metal dies. But it lays flat. And as you can see, I will hold this up so you guys can get a better sense of what I'm saying. When it cuts the pieces out, it actually has it where you can lift some of the petals, as you can see that they've done on this little gold little background that they have put. So amazing. If you've ever bought one of our full size dies like that, you know the cost of those. And so for them to offer that for a $5 deal on that product of the month, again, once your order hits $75, you can add that to your order as long as it is still available. Now, this will not start until April. So if you try to place an order either tonight or tomorrow, it is not going to be available for you. Just so you're aware of that. But that is called the Eyelet Blooms. I am so excited for that. I've already started adding things to my cart so I can make sure that I get my hands on that. Now, as far as Paper Pumpkin is concerned, I was telling you guys about that. Here are the items that we have available for the upcoming, or we're actually in the current subscription for the Lakeside Retreat Paper Pumpkin. Now, I did order this sweet collection. It is actually on its way right now. So when I get my new product in, I will be doing an unboxing video with you guys and share with you guys what I have ordered. Super fun product coming for you guys in the month of May. Also, it is going to be the start of a new catalog as well. Um, this is the coordinating add-ons. This actually coordinates with the April, May, and June. So it goes with the full quarter of the Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. And so, as you can see, this sign right here is actually going to coordinate with the Lakeside Retreat Paper Pumpkin. So this really neat like little sign here, like do not swim, do not fish, whatever you wanted to put in your little sign. Um, maybe you like this little cabin that you can kind of see here in the little sneak peek that they've given us, and it is do not enter. I don't know. You could probably put a million different sentiments inside of this little sign, but really cool that they offer these up as well. So if you would like to know more about Paper Pumpkin, visit shopdannygurrola.com and hit that little Paper Pumpkin in the categories, and you can see all about this and more about that. But it does say that the Lakeside Retreat is going to make 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs with 9 coordinating envelopes. Show your appreciation for the men in your life with cards inspired by tranquil waterside scenes. So totally perfect for the upcoming holidays coming with Father's Day. All right, so here is the kit that I'm going to share with you guys today. Now, this is called the Birthday Fancy Kit. This is going to make 12 cards and 12 envelopes, coordinating envelopes. So super fun. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Linda. Welcome in, you guys. All right, so here is our stamp set. So this one does have a stamp set. That's why I said that I chose this one, because I am in the middle of making birthday cards to send out for the month of April. And I love having a good little birthday sentiment for our card making. So the fun thing with this is I can then, after I make these cards that are intended in this kit, I now have a really cool stamp set to use for future projects. Okay. And again, not all kits come with stamp sets. This one also comes with Lost Lagoon Stampin' Spot, but I will be bringing in my larger Lost Lagoon just for this demonstration. Okay, let's get this opened. There are the cards that we're going to be creating with this. Now, I am going to make them exactly as they have shown here, just to show you that they really do come with everything that you need to create your projects. Now, if you do like all things paper crafting, please subscribe to my channel so you can then catch me live and interact with me when I am here with you guys. And if you're watching this from a replay, you can always, leave a comment in the description below, and I do check those, and we'll get back to you if you have any questions. So, because this is a kit, our paper pumpkins will only give you 1 block on your very first kit that you subscribe to. You're going to get a block in it. But with our kits, you're going to get a block in any of our kit collections that have a stamp set in it. You're going to get this. So say you buy 5 kits that have stamping in it, you're going to then get 5 blocks. So it's a great way to kind of get your stash going for clear blocks as well. It also comes with our mini glue dots, so we can adhere everything. It does have some tear and tape, and it does let us know when we need to use that. Here are our envelopes. It looks like all the envelopes are the same, so they are already decorated and pretty for us, because it's always nice to have a pretty envelope come in the mail. and we see that first. And it's always a surprise to see what kind of, if the envelope is that pretty, you can only imagine how pretty the card on the inside is going to be. So let's set those there. Then it looks like here are 4 of our card bases with that same gold foiling speckling on that. Huge sheet. So in a normal size sheet that we get of the Stampin' Dimensionals, you can see that they have given us a huge one. So we're going to be using lots of dimensionals. They've given us our little banners, our sentiment strips to stamp on. Now here are 1, 2, 3, 4 more card bases. This has got that really faint petal pink striping on it. Then a couple more large flagged banners, and then there's all these really pretty colors here. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in the this is cloud covering. Isn't that pretty? Along with some more sentiment banners to go with that. And those even have those little eyelets in it. Isn't that pretty? How they come already pre-cut for us with a pretty little decorative top to that. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 different sheets that have all of our little laser cut die images in this. These are all different kinds of cakes. And then look at these so cute little doilies. Oh, love those little scallop doilies. Here's a couple more little pieces that we have. Then, oh, look at that one. So pretty with the little decorative scallops around the edge of that one. These are probably going to be our focal pieces. And then we have, now there are, you can order your kit in different languages as well. French, English, and I can't remember exactly what the other, let me go over here really quick. I have it already pulled up to tell you. Now here, since I am in the United States, I am going to use the English version, but it does come in French. So I like that they already give you the different stamp images. So then you know exactly what your stamps look like from there. They actually line up with that. So we've got sweetest birthday wishes, time to celebrate, wishing you another year as sweet as you. Let's eat cake, sending you happy birthday wishes for you. So super, super fun, very occasional or occasion coordinated. So let's set that aside. And then we have a 3-leaf pamphlet here that tells us exactly what we need to use for each card base. So let's go ahead and get started. Now I am going to, now they do show you down here the items that you're going to need for each card. So card number 1, here's everything. So then you can get these all laid out as you need them. I do like to kind of do that because then I have everything together. So for the first card, let's just go ahead and do some of these, get these kind of organized here. So for the first card, I am going to need this pink strip. Oops, I didn't mean to put that over there. The pink strip. I'm gonna need 2 of those. And then was trying to see how they do it. Oh, okay, that's how they show it. All right. They show it both different ways of doing it because, like I said, this kit does make 12 cards, but they show you the way of setting everything up. Like over here, you can see that they do it on different cards, so we can mix and match these as well. Let's see what else they have going on. Okay, then we need one of the little doilies. Where did I put that? Oh, that's over here. So we've got a little doily and some of our cakes. There's the strip, there's that. And then the cakes that we're going to need are this blue and this one here with the little cherries on top. And then what is the other one? It looks like maybe it's this. Nope. It is this one. Okay, and then we have the little teacups that need to go under. I need to take these out because they're going to get ruined. So let me just pull these off of here. Looks like we're going to need that cup. Over here we need, there's these cute little strawberries, tiny, we don't want to lose those. And this little purple cake. And what am I missing? The little cupcake. So this one right here, little cupcake. Okay. And these are extra pieces. And I'm just going to set up there. And then let's see how I have these. There's that one. I have a bunch of different ones here. So I think we're going to make two. Where'd the thing go? I think you make two of each. No, because that would only be 9. So where's the 4th card? So they have all different ones here. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Okay. So they have done them all different ways. So I think once you make your 3 intended ones, which I believe are these 3 from what I think I'm seeing here. There's that one. That one is that one. And then let's see the next one. This one has the light pink. So it's actually this one here. And then we'll just do the other ones as they show here. So let's go ahead and make the first one. And then we'll get our stuff out for the next. Let me move all that out of the way. Did we need a sentiment? Nope, because we're going to actually stamp on this little piece here. So let's grab our sentiments. It says that they have used happiest birthday. And so step 1 is to do our stamping first. So step 1 is to stamp. So let me grab this block. And I'm going to grab my Lost Lagoon. And it wants us stamping that on the right-hand side. Right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. I forgot to tap my ink on my hand, or my stamp pad on my hand first to kind of get it burnished a little bit. But that actually stamped pretty good, so that's a win. Okay, and it looks like that was the only thing we needed to stamp on this particular card. fold this card base. Now this is a landscape. This is going to get adhered down here. So now what it's showing is taking our pieces here, flipping these over. Tear and tape is going to go on both our circle and the sentiment strip. Off. This one goes right down here. Hello, Kimberly. Yes, these, just like paper pumpkins, are wonderful to take on the road. So if you if you have an RV, you guys like to go traveling, paper pumpkins and the kit collections are a perfect item for crafting on the go. Okay, let's pull these off. Oops, I can already tell that I did a mistake. Can you see? I was supposed to tuck this underneath this first before I place that down. And, ooh, is it going to let me do it without tearing anything? Oh, it's a miracle. Normally tearing tape is so tough. Like, when your stuff is stuck, boy, oh boy, is it stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and just place that right down like that. And put that right back at the top. Sweet. We saved the day. All right, then on all of our little cake stands, it shows us that we're going to actually put some of our mini glue dots on here. So one there, one there. Now, if you have long fingernails, this is not normally the easiest thing to do. So you might want to take your pick tool, and you can just pick these up just like so and place them down. Or if you have no fingernails at all, which is typically me, I have one little bit of a fingernail on this one hand. So that's the only reason why I'm able to get those off as easily as I am. And then it looks like our little, oh, wait a minute, I grabbed the wrong thing. The cup. Oh, I forgot to grab the little strawberry bowl. This right here. I was missing an element. Or it's actually cherries, not strawberries. That picture's kind of tiny and hard to see. So let's go ahead and put one of those on that. So those there are going to get all of our glue dots. Now, where did I put? There they are. Now these other little images are all going to get the dimensionals. So let's flip them over as they have shown here. We are going to, the only thing that you would need to add to any of your kits is a pair of scissors. So let's add, so on here, the cup gets one, the cake gets one, the big cake is going to get three, but that seems like kind of overkill. And our little strawberries, but it shows them cutting one of these in half. Now, what I have found is that all these little extra bits on the side that you wouldn't typically be using work perfect in place of having to cut any of your full size dimensionals. And then if you find that it hangs over it all, just bring your scissors and come in and kind of lift that from the bottom. Just cut that extra off. Okay, so there are our pieces that we need. We've already stamped our sentiment, so now we're just going to come in here and add our little images. So it shows this one going right in the middle of that. Okay, our cake with the dimensionals on it is going to go right over here. So, and then this one as well. Goes right up here. Okay. Then our other little goodies here, it shows the little bowl of cherries. Let's turn this like this. This is going to get set right on there. Where did my little cupcake go? Did I miss one? That's not that. That's the cup. I swore I pulled the cupcake off of there. I mean yeah, cupcake. See, that's a cup. Can I see it? Am I hiding it somewhere here? I don't know. Let's. Yeah, see, I did. I pulled a little pink one out. Oh, there it is. Yep, you gotta watch because our little things disappeared. Now that was supposed to get a dimensional on it as well. Oh, I see. There's the two different ones on that. So let's see what they have over here. They do have two different ones. Okay, this goes there. But on the front, it shows both of those? That one there and that one there. But that looks different. A little bit confused because on the front, it's only showing one of these doilies being used, but there are two of them. And over here, it is showing two different cards with them. But I don't see. Let's see, let's count these. So as far as those are concerned, they're only showing two of those. So where are the other backgrounds coming from? So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We have 4, 4, and 4. Oh, there's one there and there's one there. Okay, I got you now. But they're using them in different ways. Hmm. They show. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna move along here. Now our cake looks like it goes right over here. Our cupcake. And I mean, you can make these however you want them, to be honest with you. You don't have to follow exactly their rules. And then our little tiny strawberries here. You're gonna go right over here. Super cute. Oh, I love it. So there is our first card. Happiest birthday. So we have our sentiment written there. I think I want to move this up a little bit if it'll let me. Oh. So there's that one. Then for our next one, because I'm going to do what they've done on the front. I'm only going to do one card. How they show intended, and then I'm going to go ahead and make those other ones that they have on the front because I like all the different ideas that they've used and that each card looks different. So we're going to wing this here. So here is the the blue card base. We do need to come over here and grab this. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. It's very delicate though. Oops, with it. This piece can come out because we don't need that. This is the piece that we do need. So we're going to go ahead and finish this card. We need to add a few of our glue dots here. We have some really fun Christmas ones of these kits that are always a hit because if you're like anybody else on the planet, you get to making your Christmas cards and you always wind up needing more than what you make. I mean, maybe that's just me, but it is so nice to have these kits be available that if you just need a quick card on the go and you have already spent the time making all your other cards, but you're like, oh, I need a card so bad. These kits come in really handy because you can just slap some together and you have them. And again, they're just ready to go and out the door for you. Okay, this one needs that. Oh, did you guys see? I forgot to do the stamping first. I can never follow directions, I swear. So this needs this little sentiment piece. And let's, oh, I think I already cleaned that off. So I need sweetest birthday wishes. Yeah, so we've got a couple of people talking about, them taking these on vacation with them. Oh, I really love the quality. Absolutely, yes. The quality of these are fabulous. You, like I said, get everything that you need to make them. Again, I would grab a pair of scissors to have handy. Some of these come with a ribbon or twine as well, so you would need to cut that. Nope, that's not the right one. So it looks like I need to find the other two. Let's see if they're over here. And they are. So I do need, let's put this up here. I do need this cake here. And I do need, oh, no, that's not it. I do need there's that one and this one. Again, I'm going to pull all these out of here because I don't know why I'm losing them if I don't. Because me picking these up and moving them back and forth. Look how cool some of these are. They have multiple cakes in one little die cut. And you don't even have to follow their directions if you don't want. If you already see a perfect card using some of these images, by all means, use it. Do it yourself. They just are giving you pretty much suggestions of what their ideas are with these kits, but a lot of you guys are very crafty and can come up with your own ideas. That's wonderful. But myself, sometimes my brain has a million other things to think about, that sometimes just having one of these kit collections that everything is already thought out and planned for me is a win. Winning. Yep, that's that. All right, so now, oops, did you see that? I almost stuck that in my ink. It looks like I need 2 of the little cupcakes. I need the little orangey one and the pink one. I need one of those little cakes. Um, all right, I'm going to move these big ones out of the way because they're kind of distracting. What did I need? Okay, well, you know what? I was supposed to have, we'll see. There's one right there. You know what? I think I've misplaced a sheet of those. So let me go over here and look at these again. Well, I don't know where the other little pieces were. There were quite a few of those little cakes. And now, oh, there it is right there. Jeez. Okay, there's that. They all start looking the same. And then we need our coffee mug. All right, there we go. Now we are cooking. Okay, so up here in the top, they flip everything over and show us exactly what die cut pieces are going to need what kind of adhesive on the back. So on the back of this taller one, this one, and our little yellow cuppy cake. Those are all going to get our glue dots. And sometimes they actually show the place, well, they show all the placement, but sometimes that placement is pretty crucial because when you're laying your pieces down, some of them will be dimensionals and some of them will be just straight down on your card, just like these ones are. But sometimes they need to overlap. So you really need to kind of watch that placement. It is kind of important. Okay, now on these other, my sentiment, my coffee mug, piece of cake, and my other little cuppy cake, all are going to use dimensionals. I do know, Nancy, what I'm going to be using next week. I am using the Filled with Sweetness. It is the Filled with Sweetness. This is the jar along with the dies. I am going to be using that next week. I've been making some fun projects. This one gets... Yeah, I actually bought the other set that goes with it as well. It is called the Made with Sweetness. It is this one right here. This is the other one that kind of coordinates with that Filled with Sweetness. And this is got some pretty cool neat dies with it as well, along with some really cool sentiments. I really think it'd be fun to create a scrapbook page using that whole line of product just because they're so stinking cute. I am having a blast creating them. Hey Danny, something is wrong with your audio. Volume is going in and out. So, hey Danny, let me tell you guys, I think it's time for a new phone. I've been really like not wanting to do it because we all know our phones are super expensive. I noticed it in last week's video that the audio was kind of fading in and out. I don't know why. I don't know. I apologize. I know it's annoying. But yeah, I just told my husband, I go, you know what? I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and buy a new phone. And this phone is only like 2 years old because my mom wanted a new phone. So she went ahead and did an upgrade, but she had already bought this phone. But then they came out with another fancy one the year later, and she was still paying this one off. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll just take this one from you. And now I can tell that this one's already having issues, and that drives me nuts because I so do not want to buy a new phone. My husband is still, him and my mom both upgraded and went and got other ones. And I just kept telling myself that I will just do with this one as long as I can. And now I'm realizing it's about that time. And I apologize that it is being a pain in the butt. And nothing's more annoying than trying to watch a video and having it go in and out on sound. So I feel you. It's almost like when you shift right and left. See, and I don't know what is going on with my phone. It's it's only started doing this because of that new update that they came out with. But I know that that new update has created a whole plethora of problems in a lot of other areas. So maybe it's something that the update has done with the volume as well. I don't know. I will have to do some research. I should have looked it up this last week. Kind of been busy. But I will look into that after my video to see if they're saying that there's a setting that I need to switch within Facebook or my phone or something. Okay, so there is that super cute one as well. Oh, I just shine that light right in my face. Yeah, I mean, there's sometimes even when like Jeff YouTube or Facebook do an update, the stuff that it like is so hard on us who make videos that it is, oh, sometimes you're just like, I'm going to throw the rag in here because I can't keep up with all the changes. And then you're like quickly trying to find other creators who have had the same problem and hope that they have talked about it and got it dealt with. I know, like, one of our other demonstrators that are kind of a part of our group, Barb, she is such a smart cookie when it comes to techie stuff. And she can always find out what the problem is. And she normally shares it with all of us. She's like, okay, I ran into this issue. Let me tell you how to solve it. So we're all depending upon each other to get the tech problems dealt with. I'm also going to address it in one of our tech groups. We have a really fabulous person who always answers. She's very, very techy. She answers so many of our questions that are tech related, and I don't know how she knows it all, but she always can fix anything. So I might have to reach out to her also and see if she knows what's going on with it. Okay, where's my other little piece that I need? Oh, I already have it there. Haha. Okay, we need to grab another little sentiment piece here. And we're going to stamp on this also. This one is, I almost threw that on the floor. Cut it. This one is going to be the sentiment, time to celebrate. I think that's this off here. So my mother-in-law up in Alaska, I just found out that she had kind of a tumble and was in the hospital having a hip replacement done. So I have to get a card sent up to her, just wishing her well. I know they get to come home from the hospital today, so that's gotta be nice. She's suffering from Alzheimer's, dementia, and I don't know the difference between the two, so I always just say them both because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I guess after the surgery, it was pretty scary because she was just so disorientated. And I guess she was like talking to the walls and all this kind of stuff. And my ex was pretty concerned and kind of put out a mass text, was like, hey, mom's not doing well. And then, so I text him and I go, well, I'm sure that the pain medication that they have her on is not helping her cause at all. And so then, like a couple of days, I was asking him, like every day, I kind of check in and see how she's doing. And then he let us know that she had definitely was doing so much better and was finally getting a day of rest because I guess she was pretty agitated the days after the surgery, which is understandable. I mean, that is a painful procedure. And so he said she's doing much better. And like I said, they were bringing her home from the hospital today, and they are up in Fairbanks, so Alaska. So it kind of freaked us out because we were like, oh my gosh, if we have to get up there, uh, I don't know how well it would be to take my daughter on a plane right now, especially since she just had surgery. So I told him, I said, I go, well, I guess her and grandma, Caden and grandma can be uh, twinsies as far as having these surgeries done. He goes, yeah, we'll call them the titanium Wonder Women. I was like, okay, that's perfect. Now that they both have titanium in their bodies. And that's the other thing is you have to be careful at the airport that they don't, you have to let everybody know that you've had these surgeries done because it will make the security things go off. And especially her being, speaking of my daughter, is that she can't tell them. So they kind of have to rely off of what we say. And you got to hope that they're going to believe it. I was going to ask the next appointment that we have if I should get sometimes they have a clearance card that you can get. So when you try to go through security or whatever, you actually have a card that you carry with you that says that you've had, you know, whatever surgery. And now you have special, what's it called? Special hardware that will set those machines off. Okay, it looks like our sentiment is going to go up top here. I love this, but of course I do because it's pink. Go figure. And I really like the Lost Lagoon with this pink. It's giving me kind of some ideas. Little lemon pie. It's going to go right down here. Got some flowers here. These are going to go behind our little lemon pie. Exactly, yeah. And that's what I was very, very much afraid of, is because of having the dementia and then having that, I was so afraid that she was going to try to get up, especially right after having that kind of surgery. And she's pretty up there in age. I think she's probably, I think she's like 90-ish. And so it really worried me when he told us what had happened, because that's always the fear, is if she doesn't, I mean, not to say that she doesn't know that she's in pain, but pain receptacles and stuff like that are different for, you know, people who are in that kind of a state of mind. But so far, so good. So we'll take it. Okay, so that is the other card that they have shown. So now I'm going to just wing it on these next ones. I'm going to flip this over. Just make sure that I have not missed anything that they're sharing. And we're going to go with this. We're going to just start from over here. So I did just make that one, um, that one, and where is it? What's the other one that I made? Oh no, this one here. So that one, and that one. So now we're going to just go ahead and start taking their pictures and start doing theirs how they have shown it. So I'm going to start with this one over here. It looks like they're using the blue card base. Just if you have this kit and it has confused you, kind of like it has me. Where I put my bone folder. I swear, every week my bone folder disappears. I thought I had it sitting right here next to this. You guys probably see it and you're probably, oh, there it is. Spinal cord stimulator set off the security. Yes, my friend actually had something like that. And that's funny that you say that, because she went to the airport and it messed up her thing. She has kind of that same mechanism, I guess, that you're talking about, because hers is down like towards her lower back and her spinal cord, I believe, and she has to carry one of those cards around, and she actually forgot that she had it, and she walked through the security thing and it sent her spine like in chaos because it screwed with the whole thing. She had to go, once she got back home, she went on vacation the whole time after that had happened. When she got home, she had to go back into the doctor's office, and they had to completely like reprogram it. I'm not sure because I don't know exactly how that thing works, but it sounds exactly like what you're saying. Oh yeah, you just watched Barb. Yep, we love Barb. She's very wise in her techie ways. Okay, so let's see. What is this banner that they have here? Oh, it's this one right here. So that's where this one comes into play. They are using that. And I think they actually use one of these full ones here, but not certain. Okay, there's that. There it is. So see, that's where these full ones come in, is on the kind of spare pieces that they have. So this one is going to say, the sentiment for this is, it says, wishing you another year as sweet as you. Wishing you another year as sweet as you. Perfect. So these ones are going to kind of go pretty quick because it looks like most of these pieces are already connected. So we're just going to tap that Lost Lagoon. And with this, you kind of get to decide what you want popped up and what you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this piece down and we're going to pop up those two pieces. Okay, so let's come over here, grab this tear and tape. And so as you can see, I just flip this over to the white. If you don't want the blue on blue, flip it over. If you like the white better, use the white. This is where you get to add your own creativity in this. So say if you like the white on that better, you could glue that blue part down and put this on the white. I'm going to do as they've shown here in these pictures. This one I'm going to pop up, and same with our little sentiment here. I'm going to pop both of those up. Okay, that's going to get placed right there. And then we're going to place this, but it looks like it also has this little flower. Once I get this flipped over, I can see. Yep, they have those little flowers sitting there, so we're going to actually put those on there. I'm going to set this just kind of right on top of that, like so. Place that down. And then I'm going to actually use just nope, I'm not. I'm not going to use glue. I told myself not using glue. I'm going to use what they gave us. So now where the heck did I put those? Oh, there they are. I don't even think that one of these days I'll get it figured out and get organized. One of these days. Yeah, that's wishful thinking. Right, and this goes right there. Just add another little piece of those flowers. Isn't that so cute? Oh, I love that one. Oh, okay, so there's that. The next one I'm going to go right down below here. We're going to use, looks like they have the striped petal pink with our sentiment strip. And I think they actually have this full size. Yep. That looks all perfect. All right, cool. And let's see, the sentiment on this one is, let's eat cake. Let's, shall we? Let's eat. Oh, no, that's not it. What was that one? There it is. I really like, because this one gives you the option to have 12 different cards. Because most kits, you're going to make multiple of a card. And that's what struck me so much with this one. And that's why I wanted to do this, is because now I have 12, or will have 12 different cards to use and send out. So nobody's going to get the same exact card. This was quite a few years ago that she did that, so I'm sure they've probably perfected the heck out of those things for that very reason. But she said it literally felt like her back was just spasming the whole time. It looks like I need another one of these blue things. I forgot that. I think they were going to Hawaii actually, and she flew to Hawaii and stayed there for a week, all with feeling that pain. But you know, she's in Hawaii, so I don't know how much pain she was really feeling. I'm sure all she had to do was have a couple of drinks, and then she was okay. I don't know because I don't know the pain of those, and I am a chicken when it comes to pain. So I would probably be like, nope, turn this plane around. Okay, now that we're gonna flip it right to that, and then I'm gonna pop this up. Okay, then that is just gonna set like so. Oh, so cute. So you know what? I'm thinking just by looking at these, I think I might come in with something that's gold. We've got a couple of different, just to bling it up a little bit. I know that's not part of the kit, but since I have so many, like so many different kinds of embellishments, I think we might need to embellish it. It might need some bling, like any of these little gold things would be so cute on there. We also have these pinks. That would be so pretty. Oh my gosh. So I think I'll probably pull those out in just a minute. Oh, I didn't even notice. Look at this. The other one of those are petal pink. So they would be so pretty on there as well. So this little, these are low profile dots, I think are going to be almost like perfect with all of these cards. Okay, so I think we already did that one. Okay, that one's been done. So let's go up to this one. This one is using let me get it. This card base, but this one, instead of being landscape, this one they're using, I'm on this one right up here. They're using it portrait style. We need to have this pink piece. And so do you have to go in and change the batteries? Do they, hold on, you probably already answered that. Mine, I can tell when it's time to charge my battery. Oh, so see, yours is charged. For some reason, I keep thinking hers had a battery that she had to take it in and have them change it. I'm not 100 certain how it worked, but at least you can charge yours. That's pretty cool. And maybe she could. I don't really know. I mean, that seems like that would be the only way that it would make sense. Because I can't imagine having a battery in your body, but who knows? With technology, especially nowadays when they're talking about, you know, AI reading our brains, like it would not make sense that you could charge something in your body. Okay, there's that little, oh, that pink is so pretty. So that is going to go right like so. Down that. That is going to get, not that big one. It looks like our, so this little pie right here reminds me of like lemon meringue. And I am, cheesecake and lemon meringue are probably my like favoriteest all-time cakes. It just is so like refreshing and summery. I can really get down on anything lemon though. I like lemon flavored stuff. And I really am not a fan of things that are sour, but things that are like sweet lemon are yummy. Okay, that one says time to celebrate. It's about twice the size of a pacemaker. See, and I don't even know what a pacemaker looks like. I know back in the day when we lived down at our other house, we did have an older guy living with us. He was a veteran, and he was living in his vehicle, so we let him come live with us because we had a spare room. My daughter was already moved out at the time, and he had a pacemaker, and I used to have to take him into the VA all the time for them to check, or I guess they had to run a EKG, or I don't know exactly what it was that they did, but I never saw it. Like they never showed. Well, but then again, I never asked either. If I would have asked, they would have probably told me what it kind of looked like. But okay, so we're gonna pop this up. Ah, I'm stuck. This is gonna go right like a shoe. Okay, and then time to celebrate is gonna go right up here. Another super cute card. Oh, I cannot wait to send these out. Okay, so now we're down on this one. So let's do the blue base for that. And this one is using the gold foiled speckles. This actually, we're going to stamp on this. So this one is going to get the one that says, sending you happy birthday wishes. Right there. Okay, let's stamp that. And it looks like that one, nope, not that, is going to get, oh, no, that's the same one. It needs that and this in the, what are these called? Macaroons? That's what it looks like. Macaroons. Remember when we used to have the color called mint macaron, however you say it? That's almost what this colored paper kind of reminds me of. It's just a little bit lighter. All right, so this, I'm going to turn this like this. This goes right up to the edge. And I'm going to pop these up. I think I'm going to just pop this one up, actually. Let's see. Okay, this one will go right here. And I'm going to put that one down on the page. And I'm assuming pacemakers have got to be pretty small. Now we are talking about if my daughter's seizures continue, I wouldn't say they're like out of control, but if they continue to be such a struggle for her, we are actually talking about potentially getting a device that is called a, I might get this backwards, but I think it's called a VSN or VNS machine that actually gets wired into her brain. Now, you, Kimberly, probably know what exactly I'm talking about because you know medical stuff. But it is something that like sends a signal to the brain every time a seizure is coming on, and it will stop the brain from seizing, from what I hear. And there's, I don't know exactly the statistics on it, but there are, pros and cons. Well, just like anything. Yes, the vagus nerve stimulator. So yes, VNS. That's right. So there we go. There's that card. Sweet and simple. And because she's on 3 different medications, I was asking him, I go, so what warrants a person to be able to get that? And he goes, well, we have to try quite a few different medications for them to see that they failed in order to go that route. So I don't know. I think it's something that we definitely want to look into. We want to talk more to the doctor about it, see what the pros and cons are, do some of our own research. I am pretty active on a lot of our Rett syndrome pages that will then, you can go on and you can find out from other parents how they feel about it, who have kids that are already on it. So I think I'm going to start getting on there and I'm going to ask questions and see if it's something that is a possibility for us or for her, actually. Okay, so I'm doing this one up here. And I honestly, I don't, my cousin has epilepsy and she has had some pretty crazy seizures. And I mean, all seizures are crazy, don't get me wrong, but I want to talk to her about it and ask her if her doctors have ever mentioned anything to her about it. Because it seems kind of weird. She's asked me, different things about what they have suggested put Caden on, and it doesn't seem like she's getting quite the same attention of care by her neurologist. And I'm just like, I'm kind of mind boggled that I'm like, well, why are you not asking this? Why are you not? But she doesn't know. Hers didn't come on until she was like in her late 20s. And then she was at home taking a shower and wound up having it in the shower and fell out of the shower and whacked her head pretty good. And so she is unable to work. She is unable to drive. And, or no, maybe she was in her teens because she's never had a driver's license. So I want to say that, yeah, she had to have been younger when it happened, when her first one happened, because she's in her 30s now. And I guess when the last time I talked to her, she had said that it had been almost a full year of her being seizure free. And as long as she stayed that way, they would release her to go get a permit. So that's kind of fun because I couldn't imagine not having the freedom of being able to drive. But, some people live their whole lives without driving. So it's not And like she said, she would hate to hurt somebody getting behind the wheel. And, you know, I 100% agree with her. Okay, so this one we just stamped happy birthday on there. We're going to place our cake. Again, sticking to me. The cake is going to go right in the center of this little doily banner. And then we're going to tuck that, try to tuck it without getting stuck. Tuck that back behind there. So, and then pop that, oops, nope, I did that wrong. Hold on. I want to be centered in the banner. I do like that they have this tucked. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to cut some of that off and then see if I can tuck that underneath it, because where my little dimensional is makes it kind of difficult. But you know what? Where there's a will, there's a way. Haha, did it. So I just cut just a little slice off of that so I can tuck it behind there, because I want to see the little pedestal of that. So there's that one. Okay, now moving down here to this bottom one. This one gets our long flag, and it says, "Let's eat cake." I probably should have stamped all of these at one time, but you know what? It's okay. So on this, the flag portion goes that way. So let's eat cake right there. And this one gets this full piece. We're also going to be using one of these long blue ones. We've already used both the pink. And this gets this card base, one of these. This gets placed right down on the bottom, just like the other ones have. So have you seen many people come in with having that VNS in, Kimberly? And what are your thoughts on it? I mean, you can be kind of vague. You don't have to be very descriptive, but. Okay, I could have swore I just stamped my sentiment. Oh, there he is, hiding. And it looks like we're going to weave this through here like that. Ah, I love that. So I'm going to take a couple of, well, we'll do that in just a minute. I'm going to pop this up though, because I got to see. I think I'm going to take these and go ahead and put them directly on my cake. So it needs to go down towards the bottom of the cake. Right down here. We'll do another one right there. And then I'm going to do one on the back of this. Yep. Okay, so once I weave this in where I want that, I can now flap this up and take the backings off. And set this where I want it. Now I do want to see that strawberry. Okay, now we're going to come over here, do the same thing, flap it back. Let's get this straight. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to pop all this up. Right along the bottom. So not a lot. I'll have to ask the pediatric neurosurgeon what his experience has been. Yeah, that would be amazing if you could do that. Just to get a different perspective, because I don't want to say that my neurologist would ever push us to do anything, but you know, sometimes you feel like I don't know if ours would ever like kind of be like, oh yeah, this is great. And then come to find out if I would have asked around that it's not that great and you put her through a surgery that is not necessary. So the more we can find out about it, I think the better. And especially coming from just somebody who doesn't medically follow my daughter might be a good thing too. Oh, that is so sweet too. I love all the gold on that in this, the gold foiling up here with the speckles. That's just really cool with having the banner kind of weave through the cakes there. Okay, the next one is the all blue. This one is going to get another one of these little doily. Decorative little frames. Okay, this is going to get glued down. Or wait a minute, is that the one we already did? Yep, already did that one. Okay, so we're not going to use that. I fibbed. We're going to take this one and we're going to turn it like this. Okay, and it is going to get one of these. And it's going to get this cake. And we're going to stamp on this one. It's going to say for you. We haven't used that one yet. So give that a good scratch on the hand. Get our ink. For you is going to get stamped right down towards the bottom here. And that's going to get popped up. And then that is going to go right like so. That's going to go right in the center of this card. This is like very just simple and sweet. Oh, so cute. And that is crooked as can be. You would think that I was drunk. Trust me, there's been no drinking today. Okay, there's that. Put those up a little bit. The next one is our pink stripe. You know what? Since I misplaced that thing left and right, I'm just going to use my trusty little block here because you know what? When you misplace your bone folder, you can always rely on your clear block. All right, then we have, there it is, this banner. Banner's gonna go there. We have our sentiments, and this is gonna get our last little rectangle here. And we have a couple of cakes, the cakes that are already put together. This sentiment we need now is, what does it say? Sweetest birthday wishes. I really like these birthday fonts. One is like more scripty, and then the other one looks like just a plain, I wouldn't say the Arial, but a more texty font. Okay, pop this up. And this is why they have given you 105 million of these. Seems like there's so many of them, and I haven't even gotten like halfway through it yet. All right, let's come over here. We're going to put this down. And my daughter seems to have been having a lot more of these. They're kind of like a gagging seizure, and they're really like crazy to see her have because she looks like she is like choking to death. She has the hardest time like being able to catch her breath afterwards. And so these are things that, well, we do have to go have the sleep study. And I think the sleep study is going to, possibly give us some better answers of, some of the things that she's going through in her sleep. Hopefully. All right, there is that one. Okay, loving these cards. Now this is our last one, but I'm going to show you guys what is left over that you could still, by all means, make more cards. Keep going. Keep the love. This is just 12 that they have shown on the front of this. Now this one says for you. You're going to actually stamp the for you down on this little eyelet looking rectangle. We need these two cakes and not that one, this one. Okay, I'm going to tear and tape this sucker. I'm going to move this closer to the bottom because I really want to see all those sparkles in there. I'm going to actually put that one. No, I'm going to pop that one up. I love dimension. I think all things need to be popped up, but the Postal Service says otherwise. They don't like it when we pop a lot of things up because when we pop them up too high, they have issues trying to go through their like auto machine thing that rolls the cards through or the mail through. makes their job difficult. So they don't like it. So that's why when I normally, you'll see me pop things up, I only pop up to one layer. I don't keep going unless it's a card that I know that can be intended to just be given to the person. I don't plan on throwing it in an envelope or anything like that. Hand delivery cards is what we call those. And there's that one. This almost reminds me of a wedding card, to be honest with you. And it absolutely could be. Just because there's cake. We eat cake at weddings, right? And this is for you. So why not? Okay, so let me show you. That is all 12 of the cards that they have shown on here that I just created. I will show you those again, but I do want to show you what is still left from this. We have already used all the card bases, but if you have other cardstock, you can come in here and you can create more cards using this. So we've got another one of those little dainty little frames. You know what I'm thinking? You could probably make a scrapbook page out of these too. You have this, you've got all these leftover die cut pieces. We've got sentiment pieces. You've got another one of these little sentiment pieces with the little eyelets in it. Another one of our blue strips. Two of these eyelets. And still two more of these. So you've got 3 total of those left over. Here's all of our envelopes for our cards. So look, you guys, you could use these and make probably 2, 3 more cards out of what we've got left over here. Let me move my mess. Let me get this stuff out of the way. I think more of that probably made it on the floor than it did into my garbage can. All right, now if you guys like this kit, head over to my store, go to the kit collections, and you can see the birthday fancy kit. This is intended to make the 12 cards that they have shown for you, and what I just went step by step showing you how to put all of these together. So you can, here on YouTube, you can, once I upload this, or once it's done uploading after we are done with the live, there is an option that you can go into and slow the video down. It would be down in, I believe, right over here by where you can see my little logo. There'll be like some little dots or something down there that when it brings up a little menu, you can slow the video down if you want to go in and watch these at a slower pace, because that's helpful, especially when you're watching, to put some of these little pieces on there, especially since the directions only show you the 3 cards. But I'm going to go ahead and bring all these in and show them to you. So let's start by the 3 that are in the directions. So the instructions show you how to make these 3. Super, super fancy and cute. And especially since they call this the birthday fancy kit. Okay, and along with the envelopes, do you see how cute that is? All that gold foiling together, okay? So that's those. Oh, and you also have this piece. I forgot to show you that. I have an extra one of those little scallop circles. Okay, then these are the other 9 that we created. Using the other pieces and the picture on the front of that. So cute, right? Ah, so I've got 10 or 12 fabulous cards that took me what? About an hour and a half to create all 12 of these cards. We've got the matching envelopes that we write on the inside of these. If you wanted to, you can even take those little pieces that you have leftovers and you could decorate the inside of your card with those as well. So that's super fun as well. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me so I could share this fabulous kit with you guys and show you what a kit actually has inside of it. I know in the pictures they do share with what comes in them, but sometimes it's kind of nice to see the cards put together and see how easy they are to, construct. Because sometimes you can look at something and they tell you how easy it is, but until you really see it in real life and see it really done, does it kind of compute in your brain that, oh, okay, I can do that. So everything is already designed for you because let's be real. Sometimes it's hard when you have to sit down and make a card and knowing, I don't know if your brain's like mine, but knowing that I have to sit down and I have to get some cards made, my brain kind of goes blank. Now, it's when I'm in reading my book, does a card idea actually come to me? But by that time, I'm already laying down with my daughter because I sleep on a bed in her room. I'm already laying down and it's probably about 1 o'clock in the morning. I am not going to walk my happy butt out here at that time of the morning. I'm not going to leave her, number one. And number two, walk out here in the pitch black, come out here and make a card. But I will sometimes write like a sketch of the card that I'm thinking, because lo and behold, by the time I wake up the next morning, I will forget the idea. And then I get so mad if I don't write it down because I'm like, oh my God, that was such a cool card. At least in my brain it was. But typically they normally turn out pretty cool. So then the next day I can come out here and look at my sketch and I can be like, okay, now it clicks. Now I remember and I can, um, uh, put my sketch together on paper. So that's how things work in my brain. Now, you guys might be completely different, and you guys might be able to just walk out into your craft room and everything just works and flows for you. God, I only wish, but it doesn't. So don't forget, on Monday, I will be coming in and I'm going to be sharing with you guys the cards that I create with this filled with sweetness. Now, I did one of the cards that I made, I actually used for my swap this month because I needed a swap card and I absolutely love this set so much. So, I have a couple ideas for a couple of more cards in my head. So, I might actually show you guys a couple of extra samples. Or I might actually change my mind and share with you guys a couple of different ones. I don't know, but I'll show them all to you guys with what I get created. So you guys have a fabulous rest of your week. It will be April by the time I see you guys next. It's going to be April 6th that I see you guys for a Make It Monday. Hubby will be live on the 3rd and the 17th of April. So actually this Friday coming up, he's going to be live for Cocktails and Cards. Um, he's going to have to look at a couple of pumpkins. I think he's kind of on this roll with his spring cards. So I don't know what he's going to come up with this time. He likes to wait till the last minute and then he comes out here and he like thimbles through all of my paper pumpkins and then all it takes him is to look at one thing and then he's got it in his brain what he's going to make. Oh, God, I wish. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for coming in here and spending your evening with me. Oh, he's a board certified pediatric neurosurgeon. That is awesome. Okay, sweet. That would be awesome. Yeah. I look forward to hearing from you and hearing what his comments are about it. It's always, like I said, it's always nice to hear from a different perspective and somebody who is, not dealing with my daughter in particular. Um, but you might want to mention to him that she does have Rett syndrome, um, which is RETT syndrome, just to maybe he knows about it. I was kind of dumbfounded that actually the state of Arizona has decided to put on a Rett conference up at our Phoenix Children's Hospital. It's the first time them doing it here in Arizona, and especially at the big hospital that we, go up there for specialty things. So I think we might go up and go to that conference. There's going to be quite a few different talks because there are a couple medications on the market that have been FDA approved and we are now able to give to our girls that help with it's not a cure and it's nothing like that, but it does help with some of their I guess you'd say symptoms that these girls have, and it kind of subsides some of them. I don't know. There's different reviews on those as well. It does create severe side effects in a couple of aspects that a lot of parents have pulled their kids off of it because the side effects outweigh what the actual medication is doing. So I would like to go up there and listen to the conference that they talk about the medication because the actual companies are going to be there for the medication. So I'm not sure. It's in June, so we have time to decide what we want to do. But thank you so much, Kimberly. All right, you guys, take care of yourselves. See you soon. Bye bye.